We are live with the USSSA Men's Major World Series Championship game. It's Resmondo and Laservision. And the first two reach, and that brings Philby to the plate. Philby popped up, and they're going to run out of room. And Philby is down on strikes. Doc Beckwell said it was good enough for him. Let's try to take another look. Had a called strike 3 on the big bat of Philby. We got another look at that?
Don't let it end it. Do not let that end it.
It's just the pitch. Okay. Here's Scott Kirby. Oh my goodness, Salas doubled him up to retire the side. Travis Resmondo out of the dugout. Here's one more look. Salas with the grab. And we head to the bottom of the first. Resmondo will look to strike first in the ball game.
USSSA is the largest multi-sport athletic association in the world. Headquartered in beautiful Osceola County, Florida, USSSA has now grown to 3.7 million members, competing in 14 sanctioned sports. From fast-pitch softball, basketball, taekwondo, and golf to being one of the largest youth baseball programs in the country, USSSA has a sport for you. Log on to USSSA.com to find out how you can take part.
Play the best and play USSSA.
In the nation, we can't make every annoying thing disappear, but we can eliminate deductibles. Nationwide insurance members who add vanishing deductible get $100 off for every year of safe driving. Join the nation where deductibles go.
Nationwide is on your side.
You USSSA members, you could save money on your auto insurance. Call a local Nationwide agent or 1-866-556-SAVE.
First base is Tony Walzak. At second base is Jason Overland. And third base is Ken Hall. And behind all play is Doc Beckwell.
Hey, come on, no choice but to fight through it. Fight through it. Let's go. DJ. No choice but to fight through it. Let's go.
Dennis Ruley will lead things off. Helmer and Doc Beckwell chatting things over behind home plate. It was Jason Oberle who was behind home plate last night when these two teams met up. And I would assume they would rotate again after this game if there was to be an F game. And Ruley says, hey, Philby didn't like it, I don't like it either. What's good for the goose is good for the gander, though. 1-1. And Ruley hits this one deep, but it's going to be tracked down by Durek for out number 1. So 1 away, and here's Greg Cannell. Cannell. That's gone for a home run, and Resmondo strikes first. One nothing Resmondo. Andy Purcell now is the hitter. That one hit up and into the corner. It'll fall into the bullpen. It's the first strike on Purcell. One and one. Purcell, we have liftoff. Back-to-back solo home runs. It's 2-0. Stan the man with us from Disney. Hooked us up all week long in this beautiful facility. And the Big Cat back on the air with me as well, the Hall of Famer.
Yes, sir.
They love your ring on Facebook, by the way.
Well, I appreciate that. I have to say thank you to the USSSA organization for getting it for me. And what's the score? 2-0.
2-0. Do you see the cold strike on Philby? Did you see that?
No, I didn't see it. I was watching these eggs and sausage and potatoes. I was trying to just shovel my food down there quick enough, and it looks like I missed it. So he's probably mad now, and I might be able to get that bat off of him.
Into the corner.
As I stated earlier, folks, with the field conditions here, they've reversed, they've changed. The wind is flowing out to left field. The flag is almost stiff blowing to left field, and BJ hit that ball pretty good there to right field. And as you can see, the fielder caught it probably about 5-10 feet in front of the fence. So you're not going to loft anything out to right field today like it usually does carry. If anything, that wind's going to help you go on the left. Now the key thing, too, is to stay within inside yourself. And don't try to do something different here. You know, if you're a pull hitter, pull the ball, especially to left field right now. So you're going to hear some screaming and hollering out of both dugouts in this game, because this is a pretty intense game. And these two teams, when they get on the field, they're all friends. Believe me, they're all friends. But between these lines, there's no love. And Salas hits a line shot to third base to Mike Umscheld.
All right, 2-0 scores. We head to the second.
And that's the one person in the dugout who hollered at the umpire. And here's Billy Messina. He's going over to talk to, I believe it's Doc behind the plate.
Yep.
You know, but you know, as you could see in the last game here, GTL, they called Milky out on strikes, and you know, there's nothing you could do about it. He knew it was strike three, and he just turned around and walked to the dugout. As I said, there's times when you just get froze up and you can't pull that trigger. You want to swing, but you don't. As BJ gets in there and gets behind the plate to do some catching, he's pounding his glove pretty hard because he's a little upset because I think he thought he hit that ball good enough to get out of here. And I think he did too, but that wind pushed it back in right field.
Go, let's go. Let's go. Hit it. Hit it. Hit it. You got to go get it, boys. Let's go. Got to go get it.
Do we have a lineup?
Let's go.
That one guy. So we're looking to start the top of the second inning here. Once again in this game, Laservision is the visitors again. We're I'm not gonna say it paid off for them, but they held on last game and got the victory.
Well, here's the man that built this program, Brett Helmer.
Yep.
Let's roll, boy.
As I mentioned last night on ESPN3, you take a look at the categories in the history of this great tournament, and since 2000, he's on top of them all.
Yes, he is.
And that's why a long fly ball gets out of the ballpark, a home run.
Brett Helmer. And believe me, that ball was tagged. As I said, that wind's blowing in from right field out to left field now, and he hit that ball pretty good. And when he hit it, you could see that he wasn't sure it was going to go because he was running down to first base. You know, when these guys hit these home runs and they know it, they just turn around and go right back to the bag or go right to the dugout. And he was going down to first base, so he wasn't sure. But it carried right out of here. And that brings up Kevin Kennington, who hits a sharp line drive out to left field there for a single. And that brings to the plate Chad Durek. So we have nobody out. We've got one run in. Got a runner at first. We've got Gino Buck in the hole as Durek hits a hard line shot down the third base line into the corner. And the left fielder gets the ball in. And we're going to keep the runners at second and third.
Gino Buck.
Yeah, Gino last time up hit a nice base hit to right field. So we got runners at second and third. And as a matter of fact, the last time up, he pulled the ball. You know, prior to that, 4 times he was 0 for 4 at that time, and all 4 swings were to right field into that wind.
Maybe is there a little different strategy you think early in the morning now that the sun's starting to heat up than the game that we saw last night, where this 47 core ball really flies at night. It doesn't fly quite as good during the day, as we're going to see a ground out for out number 1, but it will tie the ball game. Are you playing the game any differently in your approach during the day than you are at night in this one?
Well, yes, there's no two ways about that because, like you said, the temperature with the ball definitely has an effect. And, if you're a guy that in this stadium, if you're hitting the ball at 335 down the line and you're a 345-foot home run hitter, then, you got to hit your absolute best shot. So why would you want to hit 1 out of 10 where you might go 8 out of 10 with base hits? So, it's going to bring that mentality part back in the game where you definitely got to think about it when you're at the plate. So here's a tremendous hit by, what is that Rainwater? Yeah, that's Brian Rainwater, who hits it in the gap to left center field, past everybody off the wall for a stand-up double. Yeah, there's no two ways about it, Bernie. This point of the game, we're at, 11-something, 11:30. It's got to be, what's the temperature, 85, 90 at this point? So the wind helps. The wind definitely helps because if there's no wind at all, it's humid, very humid. And the more humid it is, the more hot it is, the compression on that ball is going to go down. These balls, I believe, are 47 core, 450 compression. So at 11:30, 12 o'clock game, at 90-some degree heat, that 450 compression probably goes down to about 450. And the hotter it gets, the more it's going to go down. As Mike Umschild does his job and hits a line shot back up the middle.
And they're on the corners now. And, you know, the other thing you notice, both these teams hitting 10 in this championship game as opposed to 11.
Exactly.
And your thoughts on that?
Well, as I said before, they want to get that top of the order back up so they can get them guys that extra at bat. That could be that crucial at bat in the bottom of the 7th. So, yeah, they're playing 10. So let's see who well, you know what? Last night, Resmondo played 10 in that last game against Laservision last night, I believe.
Right.
So, you know, they've got Bubba Mack on the bench. They got L.C. Watson and Mike Cornell on the bench. So, yeah, they played 10 last night. And Howie Krause is in there playing. He's batting 10th. And let me see how he's got that helmet on over there at first base. He has to have that on or they won't let him play.
Bryson Baker draws a walk, bases loaded. And this is what we saw in the first, you know, was one of those play situations where Laservision got out to as good of a start as you could think. They got 2 aboard, a controversial called strike 3 on Philby, brought him back to the dugout, and then great defense end of the inning. And just as you knew, one moment it looked like Laservision may have a big inning, the next thing it's over.
Right. Oh, no, that's a mental thing there. That's going to definitely, you know, put that thought in their mind like, geez, you know, we didn't score like we wanted to. But, you know, these guys are the best that there is in the game. And that's where adversity comes in, and that's where you can't panic. You know, it's a 7-hour ball game.
Yep.
Just take your time, guys. We're going to have another shot at it. Now, if that's a 7th inning, yeah, I'd be worried at that point. But we're way early in the game. So, you know, Philby's going to be back up here hacking shortly. Matter of fact, he's
Next.
on deck.
This one got enough carry on it to be a grand slam. It gets up, it gets out.
Yes, it does. Yes, it does.
Grand slam home run, and Laservision is on top 7-2 early on in this ball game.
Brian Wegman, I don't believe he's made it out yet today. He was 4 for 4 or 5 for 5 in that first game with 3 home runs, and he just launched another one, and it couldn't be any better than that, a grand slam. So we're up 7-2 now. The bases are empty, and look who's batting. So, you know, you're right back up there hitting again.
Yeah.
And this is the part where great hitters are made. You know, you make it out, you hit a ground ball, whatever. When you get back up there again that next time, all that other stuff is gone. Get back up there and hit like you know you can.
1-0. Philby, nice play by Greg Cannell.
Wow. See, and now they played him perfectly defensively there. He hits a ball that would be normally a base hit. The second baseman is playing right behind Howie at first base and in the grass. So that was a great play. That brings up Scott Kirby, who's also been on a tear this weekend. So he needs to get something going back here again for him. They got 2 outs. And they pushed across 7 this inning, and believe me, they're greedy. They don't want they want more. And at this stage of the game, at this point of the season, they want more.
Well, big inning, 7-run second inning. Kirby's going to draw a walk.
He throws the bat like disgust over there to the dugout. And I believe it's because he wants to hit. But hey, you got to take that walk, do it for the team, set it up here for Brett Helmer. Brett, who's the all-time home run leader in this ballpark since we got here in 2000. You know, he launched one out here last time, folks, into the wind. He's that strong of a hitter. He's as strong as they get.
On the ground, Ruley can't make the play, base hit.
Andy with some little fancy footwork on the mound there before he pitched that ball.
Yeah.
Brett being the veteran that he is, instead of trying to hit it out.
Gonna take another look?
He just took that ball right back up the middle for the base hit.
Let's look at the fancy footwork by Purcell.
Well, we didn't get back far enough, but he was actually facing center field when he started the pitch.
Kennington is the batter now. Swinging at the first pitch. This one soaring into the sky, and
way out of here.
It gets up and gets out. And Laservision's the first at double digits
Yep. As I said, all the right-handers on Laservision and Resmondo both right now would be taking advantage of this field, and I'd be pulling and pulling hard. And what does that do? 10 runs in the second inning?
Not bad.
That prompts the manager to come out of the dugout for a little chat. As John Rector goes onto the field, and the whole infield comes in. And where's the umpire at?
And look at Messina. He's out there talking with Doc Beckwell constantly. It's one of those games that goes back and forth where you always want to be on him, right?
Yeah, you don't want to be on him so much, but you want to, hey, listen, you know, this is a big game here. We need your best game as well as our best game. And I know that those guys are trying to give it their best game, believe me. It's a funny thing is I was telling a story about the Smoky Mountain. I was talking to Hank Bassett yesterday, and years ago, for probably 10 years, if not more than that, when you went to the Smoky Mountain, there was two guys that umpired the main field, no matter what.
Right.
The same guys. The guy's name was Doug McBrayer, who umpired home plate, and the second base umpire was Larry Hunt. And you couldn't argue with him.
Yeah. And what's your thought on, because that's one of the questions that surrounds the board, is this is the umpiring crew that you always see on the big games on Sunday. It rotates around, but your thoughts on these four guys being the main guys, but essentially they're saying that these guys are the best at the end of the day.
That's why they're out here. Now, you know, people are going to say, well, geez, they're playing favorites. Well, they're not playing favorites. You know, at this point of the season, this is the best game of the year, the biggest game of the year, and you want your best umpires out there. And the USSSA Association feels that these are their best umpires. It just so happens that Doc's behind the plate this game. You know, the other games this morning, they had this person behind home plate, that person behind home plate. Now it just happens to fall on Doc that he's behind home plate this game. Now, if this game goes on, Laservision wins this game, there's going to be another game. I'm sure they're going to rotate again.
Yep.
So, you know, like I said, you got the best teams out here. You're playing the best association softball there is in the world, and then you want the best umpires to do their best job in the biggest game. You know, and it's all part of the game to chirp at the umpires, and, you know, you get frustrated and holler at the umpires, and that's all part of the game. As you see Major League Baseball players, the stuff that they say is ungodly.
We asked on our USSSA Facebook page who would be the MVP. A couple people with Purcell and Cannell earlier. We saw Scott Kirby last year be named MVP of this championship.
Oh yeah. No, you got a couple of guys. Yes, definitely Cannell, Purcell for sure. He's having a great game, you know, offensively as well as doing his pitching. There's Don DeDonatis Jr. as he tries to hit one down the left field line. It's just foul.
You know, it's interesting. We talked about last night, and, you know, he's been battling an arm injury the last couple of days that he's gotten checked out and some work done on, you know, down the road with Sonia Montoya, who is one of the best around here training-wise. And, you know, you take a look at him. His game, he was going for some long home runs early in last night's game against Laservision and had two deep flyouts to right going for the home run, and then went back to his game of hitting it on the ground. That's where he had his most success yesterday.
Yes, when he hit the ball down hard. He hit one ball to right field there, and it was funny because you could see that's where he wanted to hit it. It was perfectly placed. It was about 5 feet off the line, but the outfielder was standing out there. And I don't know if you saw him or not, but the guy was waiting for the ball. So, yeah, he's having to work it a little bit harder because of the way his arm is. And after the first couple of bats last night, he came through, and I think he got 4 hits in a row. So here you have Izzy, who's battling a hamstring. As I told him, you know, why would you want to hit it to left field? Try to hit it out of here.
Izzy, that one turned foul and got into the stands.
And that way you don't have to run. And he has the strength and the power to definitely blow it out of here with the wind blowing in. That's no problem for this kid. I think he bench presses like 435 pounds. Seriously, I asked him one time, I said, what do you bitch, about 350? He goes, nah, 435. I was like, okay. As he hits a little high fly ball in the right field, which I think is a little bit too high, and the wind's going up underneath it, and it's going to stay in the park.
It's going to be a big shutdown inning for Gino Buck and Laservision after they scored 10 in the top of the inning.
It sure is.
A couple more selections here for MVP. Some going with Ruley. I mean, he had an unbelievable performance last night, essentially going 10 for 10 before, you know, in the regular season they don't call it a sacrifice fly because it's all about on-base percentage, but being that there are hits and errors in the Men's Major World Series, you got to give the guy credit for a sacrifice fly.
Well, I'll tell you what, I haven't seen him, the one out, I haven't seen him make any other outs. I mean, he has, the way he hits the ball is amazing. I mean, he hits that line shot right over the infield, and he hits it with authority. You know, it's not like he's just trying to slap it over here or slap it over there. He's hitting it with authority and putting it in those spots, one right after another. So here's a kid who you know, a few years ago was hitting more home runs, but he sees his spot as the leadoff hitter here for Resmondo. You know, so get on base and do your job, and he's been doing it all year long.
Here's a look at the wheels.
And that's why he was a conference MVP. You know, he's a table setter, and he's a leader. He's very boisterous in the dugout there. You know.
Big Cap Neil wants to know how many men's majors did you win back in your day?
Men's major world tournaments, I think I won 21.
Wow.
Yeah.
It's not a bad day at the park.
No, I won 15 with Steels, and I think I won 6 with, actually I won 5 with Richard Superior, and I won 1 with Lighthouse in 1991.
Yeah.
We stopped, Richards was going for the Grand Slam that year.
Right.
And I was with Lighthouse, and we beat him for the championship in Little Rock, Arkansas. Here's another guy I like for MVP, Howie Krause. He's hit some big home runs. He's made some great defensive plays at first base.
He's got the best walkout song
what
of the tournament. It's from the movie Hangover. What do Tigers dream of, I believe. Is that the name? The actual name of the song is What Do Tigers Dream Of?
Well, we got to add that in there, right?
Yeah.
He hits a screaming line drive.
It's going to turn foul.
Foul.
You know, a lot of people talk about, you know, they need to break it up. They can't have so many big players on one team at the major level. They need to spread the wealth around. The game is not, you know, give the A team some love. Can't let, you know, either the Laservision sponsor or Resmondo sponsor get whoever they want. But
right.
Is the game any different than back in your day where there was a couple big clubs? I mean, for you to win 21 men's major titles, there obviously was some dominant clubs back there that were getting it done just like they do today.
Yes. Oh, no, it's no different now than it was back then. Okay? The only thing different back then was we had more teams maybe spread out. Like, say, on the major level, we'd have 10 teams that could win that tournament on any weekend. You know, you had your 2 or 3 teams, you know, Superior, Steels, Riches, Star Path. You know, those 4 were like your top teams. And then you had New Construction, you had Sunbelt, you had Instant Landscaping out of Florida, you had a team out of Detroit, which was Laservision at one time. Then you had Taylor Brothers was out of Connecticut. You had a number of different teams there that were in that top 10 team that could win at any time. So today it's you got the top 10 teams that can win at any time, and you got your 2 teams that are kind of like dominating, or you're like 3 or 4 teams. Once again, you got Resmondo and Laservision, and then you can throw GTL and Nordcap in that group. So, you know, it's the same thing, guys. The only thing that's changed is how the game is played a little bit, and I think the game is a great game the way it's played today. You know.
Well, they've done some changes that, I mean, from an outsider's point of view, I'm going to definitely tell you that I like, because I don't know that I would have been excited to watch you win 120 to 20. That sounds like a cricket match that I hear about when I'm in London Olympics that goes for 5 days.
But you never had the availability to see softball played like it is today because we were still playing it back then. It had to evolve into where we're at today. There was no thought about 10 home runs in a game or certain things that are done today. That never was thought about. The game was played a certain way, and that's the way it was. So, it's the same concept, only today the game is more baseball-like than it was back then.
Let's look at Howie Cross a moment ago, sporting the helmet down at first.
Yeah.
Again, the reason he had the concussion on Friday night's game where the ball went off his head and didn't know going into the day if he was even going to be able to play, but it is the Men's Major World Series and he wanted to play, and that was one of the doctor's orders, if you will. If you're going to play, wear a helmet.
That's right. And once again here, Resmondo, they got 12 players, I think, 13 players. Cornell, who's like a player coach with them.
Man.
So some of these guys are injured. Like I said, Eisenhower, Izzy, he has a bad hamstring. You've got Junior with a bad arm. Now Howie you got with a bad head. And there was.
But that's what happens. You get beat up towards the end of the year, right?
Exactly. And somebody else was nursing a bad foot, I think. So, the guys aren't at the. They're not at 100%, but they're at that mind level. Hey guys, I want to play, and we got to suck it up here. You got all winter long to heal. So Howie, he can sit there with an ice pack on his head while he coaches college baseball throughout the winter time.
Well, right now they're just trying to quiet the Laservision bats, who are off to a great start here in the third. Umshed into the corner. This will at least score a run, no matter the output, and it does. It'll make it 11-3.
And what that does is it brings back to the top of the order for these guys. Getting back to what you said before there, Bernie, about the players on Laservision, every one of them are all-star players.
Right.
That Umshed kid there, he's young, he's new. But basically all the other players they got on that team, especially your 10 ball players, they are all proven veteran ball players. And Resmondo, you got to give them all the credit in the world because they made some moves with the Yates and the Santana and, Jimmy Salas down at third base. These are guys they brought up from lower playing up to here, and they've performed well. So, if anybody should have a disadvantage, it should be Resmondo because of the youth that they have compared to the veteran ball players from Laservision. But, like I said, gelling, playing together as a team, definitely means a lot in big-time softball today. And like I said, those guys have fit right into their mold. They actually, they're three deer. The Santana and Yates is in left center or left field and center, and they go right in there with Izzy out in the right field. So
Wegman certainly making his case to be the Hall of Fame member that's the MVP of this tournament.
He sure is. He blows that one out of the park again. Now that's 5 home runs today for him out of this place.
Yeah, unbelievable.
And Brian is that type of a ball player. He really works at the game. He takes his bat in practice, I know, during the week. He works on his fielding. He really works at the game, and whatever he gets, he deserves.
Resmondo looking a little flat this morning. It's funny how things can change the course of the game, but you think back to that called strike 2, I guess it is, because it's not a called strike 3 in the game of slow pitch that retired Philby. Well, it appears it fired them up. It got the momentum going for Laservision. Us against the world mentality.
Right. And here's Philby now, who hit the one hopper to the second baseman last time to ground out and make him 0 for 2. And so what does he do? He takes the hole that's available, hits a ground ball up the middle for a base hit there. So, yeah, the tables can turn real quick. You know that. In one inning, they can be turned.
So after 10 in the second, they've tacked on 4 here in the third. And there's only an out.
They only got one out. Kirby's up.
It's off the shoes of Salas, and the play not in time by Ruley. Take one more look. That was a close play.
Oh, yes. Let's see that.
Ruley almost came up with a brilliant grab. Off the shoes of Salas, and Ruley had to hurry, but the hustling Philby beating it out. And here's Helmer at the plate.
Yes, he did. So now this is the big hit right here. I mean, this is 3 more quick runs. But I think Brett just might try and get a base hit here.
Win the battle, Brett. Get on.
I know he's looking to continue the inning here for him.
Helmer going for it all. This one, though, hit towards the gap, but you see the speed of Santana. Track that one down. He could play everywhere. They may just need one outfielder. He's that quick out there.
He really is, that boy. He's something else, I can tell you that. So there's a second out, and that moves the runners up to second and third. So we got 2 outs, 14-3 lead. That's going to bring to the plate Kevin Kennington. And I got a funny feeling he's in the pool, and he's in the pool hard.
Okay, come on, boy. Get these 2 in here.
I know that's what I'd be telling him. You know, they got him played. All 3 guys are within 10 feet over there by third base. You know, it's going to be tough for him to get it between those guys, but I wouldn't try to get it between them. I'd try to get it between them flags out there. As he takes the ball to walk on down to first base. So now we got bases loaded. 2 outs. We got Chad Durick up here. And I'm sure he's looking to add some RBIs to his total. Well, Andy's a tough pitcher here, so I know he's not just going to lay it right down the pipe like, here, hit it. He's going to work him. And
line to Salas.
He worked him good because the first pitch he hits a line shot to third for the final out. So they kind of escape right there a little bit. That could have got a little bit more dangerous if something happened with that ball.
But Laservision up by 11 early on in the Men's Major World Series Championship game.
Ready for championship play? The World Series Edition Duo 3 is here to help you win the ring. The bat features patented 454 technology. It comes ready to play right out of the wrapper. And with Resmondo Max Load, you'll get crushing power while finishing your swing. New for 2014 is the thinner HD handle to give you maximum torque, which brings you unsurpassed performance. Swing the same bat as the 7-time men's major champions. Get your limited edition World Series Duo 3 only from a Resmondo representative or at ResmondoSports.com.
Are you ready? I'm ready. Bring it. Are you ready? It's on. It's on.
That crazy son of a bitch, man. We on?
Nope, we're back. Here we go. Andrew's got us hooked up.
Good job there, because I used a couple of words there that they don't go with church.
Yeah?
No. So where are we at here? We're in the bottom of the third.
Yeah, we got Cannell and...
Come on, Cannell. I know what you want to do. Uh-oh.
I don't think that one has enough.
Uh-oh. Yes, it does.
2-run shot.
So Greg, who's nursing a bad hand there, he broke his thumb, and he's got a little tape job on there. Hits that out of here for a 2-run shot.
That'll bring Andy Purcell to the plate.
Who got on base before him?
Before was Dennis Ruley.
Dennis Ruley.
Came in leading the tournament 882.
Jeez.
His on-base percentage.
Oh. Then it comes up with Andy Purcell. You know, here's another veteran guy. I seen Andy in 1998. He was playing with Sonny Val. Sonny Val was the name of that team?
Yeah.
Sunnyvale, that was them. Sunnyvale, Valve, and something. They were in New Mexico in a tournament. And I knew then, I said, this guy's a pretty good ball player. And I've been following him ever since. And I know he wants to add to his own cause here, so I don't know.
Miss it that one.
So he's not throwing his bat, so that's a good thing.
I wouldn't want to be a garbage can in the dugout.
I used to get a little mad in the dugout. One time I hit a beam.
Yeah?
And thank God I missed it. There was a nail right next to it. So here we have B.J. Falk stepping to the plate, folks. We got 1 out. Bases are empty. We got a 14-5 ball game. And he hits a hard line shot to first base. Wow. What a tremendous play there by Scott Kirby. Oh, boy, that was a great play. Can we show that back?
Yeah.
As he dives in the dirt, digs it out. You see that play there? And then hustles over to make that. Now, don't tell me that there's no plays in big-time softball. That's as good as it gets. That was a great play. It was a big-time play because, you know, that momentum that Resmondo is trying to get going here with, you know, every time they get something going here, they're kind of like shutting the door. So we got 2 down, and that's Jimmy Salas up here. And I don't think that's going to get the job done. Oh, boy, I'll tell you what. That's carrying.
Wegman's got it at the wall. How about that? Pull one back.
Wow.
That's what I love about the walls in this ballpark. You won't see that at Osceola County Stadium, but they designed it perfectly here at the Men's Major World Series. At the wall, you reach up, just snatch it out of the sky.
What a catch. They got to use that for a commercial. That was perfect. Boy, oh boy. So Resmondo, who's trying to mount a comeback here, folks, just got shot down twice by a great play by Scott Kirby at first and Brian Wegman in left field. Wow. So we're at the top of the 4th inning here now.
Let's go. Get me back out this inning.
Are we still on? Okay. Top of the 4th inning here. And I believe, who do we have going up here? I think who they got batting here. Looks like Chad. Nope, that's Brian Rainwater.
Oh, good. We got Andrew's got some of the great defense marked, so we can take a look back at it later.
Beautiful, beautiful. Use those in videos or something, commercial or something. So we got Gino Buck actually starting off here for Laservision and at the top of the 4th inning, folks. So we're just about halfway point here. We got Gino Buck, we got Brian Rainwater, and we got Mike Umschild. We got the last 3 guys in the order looking to extend their lead here.
Popped up. Salas backpedaling, 1 away.
He makes the play.
You'd like another big inning if you were Laservision here up by 9.
Oh, yes, definitely. I mean, they got to. I mean, they better. I mean, like I said, you're talking about a team over here that's not panicking. know, they're.
Come on, Mom, give me a point.
Hum up, hum up, hum up.
Who? Downloading the movie, what, Scarface? He can't do that when he gets home? Oh, my Lord. Okay. Well, here we go, folks. We're back with, I believe it's Brian Rainwaters at the plate. And he pops it up. Uh-oh. Right to the catcher, B.J. Falk. You're not going to see that very often, folks. Somebody popping it straight up to the catcher there. So Laservision, who's got a chance here to really, you know, a little step on their toes here a little bit and add to the cause, are popped up twice here now. And this is going to bring to the plate Chad Dirk with 2 outs. So, they got to get, they need to get some more runs. So we got the defense in position. As Chad Dirk hits it out in the gap, Santana runs it down, and Dirk stays at second base. I thought he might go to 3 there, but he stays at second base, and that's going to bring. Wait a minute, Chad Dirk. That's Mike Gump's show. I tell you, I'm behind it sometimes, and I apologize about that, folks. These guys look alike. So we're here to the top of the order, folks, with Bryson Baker. Bryson Baker started out hot today with 4 straight hits, 2 home runs, a double and a single. And here he hits a long, high fly ball to left field. That's pulled in by Jeremy Yates for the 3rd out. So here Laservision has a chance to really take control of the game, and they don't do it. Get 1 hit and make 3 outs, and so it's 3.5 innings. 14-5 is the score, and we got Resmondo coming up to bat.
The 2014 DeMarini Stadium 2.1 and CL22 are ready to strike fear in the competition. Loaded with a revolutionary design and unmatched durability and feel. The Stadium 2.1 features a balanced 13-inch S.1 composite barrel. The CL22 clears the wall with a 12-inch end-loaded option for heavyweights. Both bats feature a SC4 aluminum alloy handle for a one-piece feel with a 2-piece design. Step up to the plate with Stadium Power Tour sluggers Larson, Pokraka, and Rockoff. DeMarini, insane dedication to performance.
See it being any different than that, and I'm sure that it's hot and heavy for him too. So we're going to start the bottom half of the 4th inning here. We're going to lead off with Don Dinanatis Jr. Don, who played baseball for a long time in the farm systems and decided to come over and take a shot at softball. Has been playing softball for a number of years now, and look at where he's at. He's playing with the #1 team in the country. So they got him shaded. The extra infielder is actually standing right next to second base. You know, everybody else is in their positions as he lofts it over the shortstop head. And he, with that left-handed swing, the ball actually is like kind of hook going out the left field.
They want to know, Mike, are you going to be in Vegas for the Senior Worlds coming up?
No, I'm not going to be able to go there. We have John Stoke, the owner of Anaconda Sports. He's going to be there along with Frank Short, who is our senior representative at Anaconda. Those 2 guys are going to be there.
Okay.
I usually, I was there last year, and, I went to Phoenix all them times, but this year, those two guys are going to go and represent us. And see, one of the things is it's a Mikan-sponsored tournament.
Yeah.
And so, Corky Pellin, who drives the SS-USA truck,
Yeah.
as that ball is hit out the right field and pulled in by Brian Rainwater.
Nice.
He'll be out there with the truck, and so when he has a truck at these events, we try not to sell the Anaconda product at the same event, because the product that he has on the truck is product that he's supposed to have bought from Anaconda. So John and those guys go out there, and I like to go out there because I know a number of people out there, and it's a great tournament. You get to see all your friends in the senior division because there's 450 teams that go out there to play. So, but no, I will be going to the Winter Worlds, which is going to be down in Fort Myers, and I believe that is the first weekend of November.
Okay.
And but I will be at the USSSA convention, which is the third week in November.
For the Hall of Fame induction.
Yes.
Back-to-back great plays by Rainwater.
So we got 2 outs here, and we got Dina Nanas being stranded at first. And now batting is, let's see, is that Eisenhower?
Yeah, we're going back to my wife's hometown of Sanibel Island for that convention. Should be beautiful. Bernie Gunther, number 1, 2, and 3 may be there.
There you go. Yeah, they got the men's Winter Worlds there in Fort Myers. The USSSA convention's going to be there.
And by the way, they say that this is Stu's song, not What Would Tiger Dream Of on the Hangover soundtrack, just in case you were trying to download it on your flight back.
All right. As Howie Cross steps into the box, folks. I just noticed something.
Krause back, and that's a line drive home run. Get up, get out.
I'm trying to look. Does he have that hat over top of that helmet? Or did he discard the helmet and he just hit with the hat on? He probably just hit with the hat on, but when he goes back to play defense, he'll put that big helmet on. So there you go. There's Howie Krause. I said he's one of the guys in the running for MVP because he's been tagging it all weekend long, and he's come through with some clutch hits. And, that's clutch right there. So it brings us to the top of the order.
Yeah.
Which what you want to do. You want to roll it over. Here comes Dennis. He's hitting about 1,900. And then you got Mr. Cannell on deck. So we got a 14-8 ball game. They're chasing 6. And Dennis, who is really knows how to use that bat, folks. He really can control it. He hits these vicious line drives past the infield, and it seems like he just does it all day long. So here we go. So he walks. Dennis takes a walk here. You're going to walk in the pitch to Greg Cannell. I don't know about that. So we got 14-8. Greg Cannell, who was the regular season home run champ again this year. He's swinging that orange legit.
Yeah.
And the table is set for him. And there he hits a vicious line drive past the shortstop. And he boots it in left field. Brian, for just a second, long enough for Dennis Rulli to hustle in the third. And that gives Greg Cannell a chance to go from first to second. So now we got the runners at second and third. 2 out. And Andy Purcella's up. And I know Andy, He likes to hit in positions like this. He really does. He thrives on it. And so we want to let the people know in the dugout and on the left-hand side of the stadium here. As he hits
Purcell,
a high fly
this
ball.
one turning, and it's going to go foul into the corner.
Foul ball. So now he's got to keep it fair, folks. 14-8, they're chasing 6, 2 out, bottom of the fourth. We're at the halfway point of the championship game at Champion Stadium at ESPN's Wide World of Sports in Disney, Orlando, Florida.
Base hit.
Base hit Purcell. And Cannell, who kind of dukes him at third base, they throw it to the cutoff, and he takes off home and beats the throw. Good piece of base running there by Cannell.
2-out rally. Here's another look.
They throw it into the cutoff, and when they just lofted into the cutoff, he took off and slid in the home plate for that run. So that's a nice job. That's some coaching down there by Cornell, I think. I know that's L.C. Watson down there. So we got a 14-10 ball game, 2 more runs scored. That brings up B.J. Falk. Got a runner on first. And B.J. just launched it to right field, and that's over the red tent, and it ain't coming back.
A 2-run home run.
So B.J. with a long home run there to right field says he's buying beers at the next time.
Well, Resmondo's marked every inning, but this has been their biggest mark. They've scored 7 here in the fourth, and the majority coming with 2 outs.
Well, as I said before, they're not going to panic, and I know Laservision ain't going to panic. You know, it's a 7-inning ball game. You take your time, and when you have that availability or that opportunity, you got to take it. I'm saying right now they're on a roll. Everything they hit, base hit, single, double, home run.
Is this where they're waiting too long to maybe make a pitching change again for Geno Buck?
Well, it's funny that you said that. As you look to me and then look back to the field, what's happening?
Yeah, Messina's out to at least try to slow things down.
You called it, Bernie. You called it. Here goes Messina out to the mound. You know, the last time they brought in Travis Clark, and he did a nice job. So let's see what they say here. And who's batting? Don DiDonatis. So you know they're going to try to choke him off because that's what they've been doing. They've been playing a guy right over the middle, and the other guys are staying home.
And Doc says, hey, the NFL kicks off in about an hour.
Yeah, I got some large money on it. I told him I got money on it too, 50 cents. I got 50 cents that the Browns will at least finish the game.
Hey, Johnny, let's go. Start it again. Start it again.
Nope, they're going to stay with Buck.
Yep. And as I said, the infield plays him straight away. The middle infielder is actually right there by the bag. Now he's still getting a little bit closer to the bag.
Whoa.
Oh, and he hits it. I'll tell you what, he dove for the ball, and it looked like the ball went between
And
the gloves.
DiDonatis slides in safely at second.
Can we see a replay on that? It looked like the ball went between his glove and his head.
Now can we see the entire play? Let's see. This was tight to be in a brilliant play to end the inning.
Well, as I said,
if
the
Matt
second
got
baseman was right there. Okay, well, we don't have it, folks, but I'm telling you, he was standing right there next to second base. Oh, here it is. No, it isn't.
Eisenhower, inning over. Can Laservision answer their once gigantic lead At one time, it was 14-2. It's now down to just one run as we head to the fifth here on USSSALive.com.
If you play slow pitch, you already know the Z2000 is one of the most popular bats in the sport. We updated the Z2000's technology to put it ahead of the curve for 2014. The Z2000 is built with pure 360 composite barrel material. For you, that means a more forgiving barrel, a larger sweet spot, and a cleaner sounding pop with every hit. Exclusive technology, lighter swing weight, proven design. That's how the Z2000 will leave its mark on the game. How will you leave yours?
USSSA is the largest multi-sport athletic association in the world. Headquartered in beautiful Osceola County, Florida, USSSA has now grown to 3.7 million members, competing in 14 sanctioned sports. From fast-pitch softball, basketball, taekwondo, and golf to being one of the largest youth baseball programs in the country, USSSA has a sport for you. Log on to USSSA.com to find out how you can take part.
Play the best and play USSSA.
Okay, are we back?
We are back.
We're back on here, folks.
Matt set you up for the beautiful day shot.
That's right. It is a beautiful day. Look at the sky here, folks.
This is a beautiful day shot.
It is. I mean, it's just like yesterday. The clouds were gone. Now they're in here like it's just like cotton floating through. I've seen about a 15-foot herring fly by before. Or was that a low glider? So look at where we're at here, folks. We're back to the top of the order, and I'm not saying anything because the last time I said somebody was that, they made it out. But here's Brian Wegman. And he's got 5 home runs today. See what I mean? I opened my mouth, and I jinxed the guy. Brian, I'm sorry.
Yates.
But that's his first out today, folks. He hasn't made it out since then. So they got to answer the bell here. You know, they don't in the last inning here, correct? Yeah. What are we looking at on that scoreboard, Bernie? What did they do? They put 14, or they put 10 up in what? The 10 up in the win inning.
They put 10 up in the second.
10 up in the second and 4 in the third.
As we talked about last night, is the scoreboard just not built for this game? Here's Philby. Howie Krause robs him of a base hit. 2 away.
Wow. Wow. So we got 2 down here. Wegman flies out. Kirby grounds out to first base, and that brings back Scott Kirby. And he has actually stepped out of the box, folks, to look at the beautiful sky, too.
Got to take a look every once in a while, right?
That's right.
Base hit finally for Laservision. They've got to answer in some way here in the fifth, even if you're just to tack on a couple, 2 or 3, and extend your lead once again.
Right, you don't want no donut. And you know Scott's a veteran ball player because he did just that. You know, he could sit here and try to hit a home run, but he took what they give him, and you can drive a semi through the middle, and he just rolled it right through there for the base hit. He gave Brett Helmer the chance, pass it back. Good piece of hitting there by Kirby. You know, a number of years ago, Kirby and his family, they had that softball kingdom where they were following the softball for the year. They would hook up whatever town they were in, and then that's when people actually were getting the chance to see some of the softball games on the internet.
Yeah, they did a great job starting things off.
Yes,
the pioneers, if you will.
That's it. They did a great job.
Down the line.
Oh.
They called that one foul. Let's check that one out again.
What I want to know is, did Howie get a glove on that ball? Wow. All right, here we go. It was a foul ball. I thought Howie might have got a glove on it, and I'm not quite sure on that ruling on that. Howie's in, his feet are in fair territory, his gloves in foul territory. If it hits his glove, is that a fair ball or a foul ball? That's something for you folks to figure out there, and give us an answer on Facebook, because I don't even know. As Brett Helmer hits
I thought for sure that was going to get down, but it stayed up.
Brett Helmer hits a bullet out to right center field, right to him, right to Eisenhower. And look at what we got going on here, folks.
A one-run ball game. We head to the bottom of the fifth. We'll be back right after this.
In the nation, we can't make every annoying.
Yes.
And we're back.
Okay, folks, here we go. We're back at a great ball game here. I mean, a really great ball game. Is that Yates?
Yates.
Yates flies out kind of lazy to right field here.
And Rainwater makes the grab, one away.
We got a 14-13 game. We're in the bottom of the fifth. And who's this? This is, Santana. My bad. I'll tell you what, this kid is fast. Very fast. And you know what? He could maybe make a new move in softball and just play one deep. As he hits a ground ball to Buck's right into the outfield. And there is a fast man, folks, because that ball was not hit far out there, and he's standing up on second base. So Santana does his job, gets on base, and he's standing on second in scoring position. And here brings to the plate my MVP, and that's Howie Krause.
Yeah?
Howie, he's hitting with that orange legit. He hit the home run derby for me a couple of weeks ago back in Cleveland.
Did he?
Yes, he did.
How did he do?
He hit some serious bombs. He come in second place.
Yeah?
And as he hits a long fly ball to left field, and there goes Wegman back to the fence. Oh, and just missed it.
Man, he almost stole.
Wait a minute. No, time was called.
Time was called before the pitch. Let's check it out.
Howie's still at home plate.
Time. See, there's the hands up by Doc Beckwell and said.
Why did he call time?
The hand was up.
I know it was up, but obviously Buck had to do something. Oh boy, the place could come unwound here. Now what's up?
Everything's starting to come unwound here.
Yeah, well, he called it a strike. They're all pointing down to first base umpire. Like, did he call time?
He called it immediately. No, Tony called. He was off the mound immediately.
Oh, so that's not a strike then. Yeah, okay, all right, good call.
Come on, let's go, Howie. Come on, Howie.
Strike called. There you go.
Wow. Oh, Howie hits Hits it deep to center field, but not deep enough.
Dirk on the run, and it's under his glove. It falls.
It goes past him.
And Santana's going to tie the ball game.
Oh, yeah, he's scoring. Boy, oh, boy, was that a crazy at-bat, huh? Guy hits a home run. Umpire says, hey, I had my hand up. The next pitch is a strike. The umpire says he's off the mound. Now the next pitch is a strike. And then he pops it up kind of short, and nobody can get to it. So we're going to tie ball game, right, Bernie? It's 14-14.
Yeah, 14-14.
That brings to the plate, folks, guess what? Top of the order. Dennis Ruley, right where you want to be.
Yeah. That's how you draw it up, right?
Oh, the only other person I'd want at the plate like this besides Dennis to lead off the inning, probably maybe Rick Weiderman. I know he'd be on. We called him Mr. Automatic. We got to think of a name for Rules here as he walks down to first base. You can't walk him. You're going to walk him. That's twice now to pitch to Cannell.
Crazy. It's insanity, right?
Well, I don't think he's doing it on purpose. I mean, I think it's, maybe the pressure of the game. It makes it tough to pinpoint that pitch that you want to throw. Well, here's Cannell. We got a 14-14 ball game.
And only one out here.
And runners on first and second. And I guarantee you, I can tell you what he's thinking about. He's not thinking about hitting it to right field off that yellow wall. He's thinking about hitting it off one of them flags in left field. Oh, boy, he fooled me and everybody else as he hits a ground ball through the hole.
Just dumped it in.
Wow.
And Resmondo on top.
Folks, that's what you call team ball playing right there.
Leading for the first time since the first.
Exactly, because here's a guy that wants to hit more home runs than anybody, but yet they give him that hole that you could drive a semi through, and he just walked it right through there. That was a great piece of hitting there. And all it does is it puts the runners on first and third and gives Andy Purcell the chance to hit a home run. Now, Andy can try and do that, or he can look at the field and go for a base hit.
Matt's getting a little ahead of himself. He wants me to talk about how this is and it is, we've had a number of really great ball games. You see this one down the line, that's a fair ball for Purcell.
Down in the corner. What a great hit that was as Wegman fires it into third. Ooh-wee. Boy, oh boy, what a game. And that brings in BJ. He hit one last time, folks. It was on its way back to North Carolina. It had some tar on it that was flying off. You know, them Tar Heels from North Carolina. Okay, folks, we're back to action here. BJ's up. We got runners at second and third. We got one out. Resmondo's taking the lead here. 2 runs, 16-14. As BJ hits one down the line.
And gone.
And gone. Wow. That's a big-time home run right there by BJ Falk.
Well, the 10 in the second was the huge answer by Laservision.
Yep.
But blanked in the fourth and in the fifth. That's been the trouble spots. 3 zeros, in fact, actually, on the scoreboard.
Yeah.
That Laservision didn't mark in the inning.
And Resmondo has 14, 8 and 6 in the last 2. So, and we're not done. We're not done. So Jimmy Salas is up, but the base is empty.
And he's going to try a walk.
Yes, he does. Don DeDonatis this year has had to do something different this year that he hasn't done before, and that's wear glasses.
Yeah.
He got glasses in the beginning of the year. I tried to give him some advice because it happened to me at about 30 years old. He had to wear glasses, and I says, you know, you got to put them on. You're going to make a few outs trying to get adjusted to them, but once you get adjusted to them, you'll be fine. And so he's done just that. He wears them all the time now, so. As the first pitch thrown in there is a ball.
And what is he, how do you feel in the conversations he's done adjusting to him? How long did it take?
Yeah, well, it takes probably about, I'd say about 2-3 weeks.
Yeah.
I mean, to really get adjusted to him because, you know, like I said, when you make the out, you get frustrated and you want to take him and throw him, but you can't do that.
Yeah.
You gotta just keep wearing them, and then you gotta take some batting practice. You might have to take a little bit of additional batting practice. Because I tried to wear contacts, and I just couldn't do it. I had to go back to the glasses. The contacts, I'd put them in there, they'd be fine. I look good, look straight. I'm like, man, this is great. I get up there, and then when you're batting, you got your head turned, and you're trying to look at it sideways. It just didn't work out. So obviously, he must be seeing good as he took three balls for a walk. So Bubba Mack is batting here for Jeremy Eisenhower.
And now here is Travis Clark coming in.
They're going to make the move, bring Travis in. They're going to bring Bubba Mack in to bat for Eisenhower. So we're making some moves here. Gino is going to pass the hat, going to put a hat on, and go down and play first base. Yeah. Helmer's going to go have a seat, have a little glass of Gatorade, and wait till it's his turn to bat again. So we got Bubba Mack at the plate, folks. We got runners at first and second. The defense is going to shift it to the left-hand side there. All three infielders are within 10 feet of each other. As he hits a long fly ball to left field, out of here. Now, believe me, folks, that is a big-time home run for that kid because he's been struggling. I talked to Travis Resmondo last night. He says, Mike, I got to fly you down to Florida. I want you to work with this kid and work with his hitting.
Yeah.
He steps in here and pinch hits, and what's he do? He hits a home run.
Shows he doesn't need any lessons.
No, exactly. So by him hitting that home run,
don't need no stinking lessons, right?
He cost me money. No. That was a big time hit there for that kid. So I'm glad to see it for him.
Yates.
So now we got the tables turned here. Now Laservision's chasing 8. Resmondo's still at the plate with the bats.
Yates down the line into the bullpen.
Foul. So it's got to be fair here, folks. And they've got him switched where they're playing him on the left-hand side. He yanks his ball to deep center field. Whoa.
Look what I found in my glove.
Had Chad Dirk turned around twice, but he come up with the catch.
Take another look. This could be one of the plays of the Men's Major World Series right here.
I'm telling you, and then he caught it in the shade. He's in the shade. Watch him turn around. Oh, boy. That was a great catch. Nice work there, Matt, with the camera. Real nice work. That was a good shot right there. That was a heck of a play by Chad.
It's how you finish.
So now we got 2 outs. Bases are empty.
Base it for Santana.
Watch. Oh, boy, I'll tell you. Only reason he didn't go is because that guy's too close. If he's back anymore, he's still going to second base, that kid. And really, you don't want to take a chance to get thrown out. You know, let Howie bat. Give him a shot. And Howie last time up, folks, he hit a home run. Umpire said he had his hand up. That didn't count. The next pitch was a strike. The umpire had his hand up at first base, said Buck was off the mound. That didn't count. The next pitch was a strike, and then the next one he pops up to center field that nobody could get to.
Gotta congrats to Twin Cities Combat Women winning one of the Women's Worlds, and Enough Said winning Women's Worlds as well.
Oh, yeah. Well, that Enough Said team, I think they might have been favored, no?
Yeah.
I mean, you hear a lot about them, or you read about them in the softball magazine that the Stafford puts out.
Yeah.
So Santana moves down to second base. Howie goes to first. And guess what, folks? We're back to the top of the order. Okay? They're right where they want to be. We got 2 outs, 22-14. Laservision is now chasing 8. And Dennis Ruley's at the plate with an orange war stick.
Dennis Ruley.
Dennis, who had walked twice already this game, hits it to Bryson Baker, who flips to Travis Clark, covering second for the 3rd out of the inning. So, after 5 complete innings of play, folks, we got a 22-14 game. Resmondo over Laservision. That's going to bring Laservision to bat here in the second, chasing 8 runs.
Ready for championship play? The World Series Edition Duo 3 is here to help you win the ring. The bat features patented 454 technology. It comes ready to play right out of the wrapper. And with Resmondo Max Load, you'll get crushing power while finishing your swing. New for 2014 is the thinner HD handle to give you maximum torque, which brings you unsurpassed performance. Swing the same bat as the 7-time men's major champions. Get your limited edition World Series Duo 3 only from a Resmondo representative or at ResmondoSports.com.
Are you ready? I'm ready. Bring it. Are you ready? It's on. It's on.
All right, we're back live here, folks. We've got 2 innings of ball to play. We could play 2 innings of ball and play 7 more, or we could play 2 innings of ball and the year 2013 will come to an end. But right now, we got Kevin Kennington stepping to the plate here with nobody on base.
They got a mark here.
And he hits a high, fly, towering ball. And I don't believe that's coming back.
There you go. There's at least a mark.
There's one right there, folks. So
that gives you a chance. The visitor home obviously favors Resmondo at this point in a big way.
Yes. Yes, it does. You know, we throughout the tournament here, we haven't really, except for like the one walk-off home run by Bisbee.
Right.
You know, that home and away really hasn't come into play too much.
Right.
But now we got Chad Durick up here chasing 7, 22-15. As he goes down the right field line into the stands. Okay, Chad, here we go, buddy. We got Chad at the plate. Andy Purcell on the mound. We got BJ behind home plate. We got Jimmy Salas down at third. As Chad hits a long fly ball to left field, folks. And there's home run number 2. That
sucker's gone.
Home run number 2 this inning. Wow, that's going to bring up Gino Buck. We got Don DiNanaz playing shortstop. We have Dennis Ruley over the middle. We got Greg Cannell playing second and Howie Krause with a baseball helmet playing first. The outfield, we got Yates in left, Santana in center, and we got Eisenhower. Nope, my bad. We got Bubba Mack, who came in for Eisenhower, playing right. This is going to send Gino Buck up to the plate, folks. Gino, who was pitching, has come out of the game pitching, but I believe he is going to hit in Brett Helmer's place. Yes, he is. Yes, he is. They did the same thing last game.
Yeah.
They brought in Travis Clark, They took Brett out of the game. They put Geno Buck into his place to hit.
The Dolphins play the Falcons today.
The Dolphins already beat the Browns this year, so.
The Ravens are going to lose today to the Texans. Breed's going to have a big pickoff from what I hear. Is that what's going to happen today?
I don't know. I'm worried about Geno Buck. Is Reed
going to bring one back?
Geno Buck is going to hit a hard ground ball up the middle. Tremendous play. Oh, tremendous play by Don DeDonatis to make that play. He throws it to first base with that bad arm, and Howie can't make the play. Howie had to stretch for it, folks. He almost got it, but he bobbled it. So it was a great play there by Donnie just to get to that ball because he chopped it up to the middle, and it was definitely going by him. And he dove and got it, threw it to first, and Howie couldn't hold on to it.
Who's your MVP at this point of the tournament at this result? It's got to be Dennis Rulli, I would think, the way he's gotten aboard.
Oh, yes. Howie Krause on that play, folks. I think he stretched his groin out, as a matter of fact. I know he's had a bad groin, and by the way he stretched on it, I think he stretched a little bit more. Bernie, yeah, you know, Dennis is playing a flawless tournament. He's batting, what, 890, 900 in the tournament. He's definitely got to be one of your guys for the MVP, and it's just funny how things all fall into place at one time. You know, he's the MVP of the conference. You know, if they win this game, he's the MVP of the tournament. It's like, you know, it's one of those unbelievable years. You couldn't write a book like this. This rainwater drops it into the hole out in right field off the wall. Geno Buck hurries over to third. Rainwater goes to second base. So this game is a long way from over yet now, as we have no outs. They're chasing six. We got runners on second and third, and that is bringing us to Mike Umschel, the last batter. You know, I don't know any of the other stats, Bernie, but definitely we know Dennis's.
Nobody out. Laservision making a run, trying to force the if game.
That's it. I guess I'm going to get a crash course today, folks, in camera work.
Yeah.
As Umschel hits it in the left field there for a nice little base hit. Buck scores. Rainwater goes over to third. So now we got runners at the corners, first and third. And we got the top of the order up with Bryson Baker.
Think we could get anybody to sign up for like a USSSA live experience for the Men's Major World Series that just come down and get to work camera and get to see what it's all about? Do you think they would sign up for that? It sounds like a luxurious vacation.
And what do you mean by sign up?
Maybe it'd be almost one of those things where you go in a lotto to try to win.
Oh, okay. Now, are you going to pay them for working that camera, or it's part of the vacation?
They get to come down, all right. Work the games. As Paul O'Leary loves, he gets to work on his suntan, which is good.
That's it. That's what we're talking about. He gets to hang out there by them flags and just put a blanket down with some suntan lotion.
Beautiful, right?
That's it.
Baker at the plate, runners on the corners. That'll load the bases.
As he takes 4 balls or 3 balls here to load the bases is right. And look who's that bringing to the plate. Wow. Now, Wegman flew out last time, folks. That's the first out he made today. Okay? I don't see him doing that again. But you never know. So we got Andy on the mound. They're chasing 5. They got the bases loaded. And Brian Wegman at the plate. We got Kevin Philby on deck. And Scott Kirby in the hole. Andy's saying something to the umpire, as he's not happy with that call. And folks, if you get a chance, that left field flag is, just...
How about the play?
Whoa, just blown out there.
By Salas.
Look what we got going on here.
Everybody confused.
Wow. No, he didn't catch that ball.
Let's take another look.
He caught what in the air? The ball bounced up there.
See if Matt got this.
And then both runners are...
Ken Hawk is our third base umpire.
Okay. Ground
yeah,
ball.
Definitely a ground ball. It hit right in front of the plate.
Okay.
That's not the play.
No, that's not the play.
Oh, well, that would have been the last play that was there, Matt.
It happened so fast. Right, ground ball to Jimmy Salas.
Here he goes. Andrew says he's got us queued up.
Wait a minute. Come on.
You're rolling us on the air right now, Andrew. The umpires coming together. This is a huge call.
It was a...
He caught it, a line drive in the air, and since he wasn't near third base, he threw it to first to get the runner that didn't tag, so it would make it a double play, is what Salas is saying.
Well,
he threw it to first for a double play.
Obviously, I'm blind because I thought that ball...
Did we find it yet, Andrew? It's the very last play. It should be on the tape. If you mark out.
I'm telling you, everybody's safe.
Here, click out again and to see if there's...
Everybody is safe. Watch.
No? How about before?
It'll be the one that's a line drive. And who was up? Like...
Well, folks, we're trying to find it here on the so we can have an instant replay and take a look at it. As everybody is on the field, I myself yeah, wait a minute now. If he catches that ball at third base and then throws the one, it's a force out. But if he misses the ball, it's still a force out. That runner can't go to second base without going back to tag up.
Right. I thought everybody might have been on the bags. And again, no controversy here. I seriously tell you that looking at it, we have a clip 147 and a clip 148.
And 149 got burned up.
Blown away.
Impossible. It melted. It melted so quick so nobody could see it. I got a funny feeling when it's all said and done, everybody's safe. Told you. Now the question was the bases
and a run scored.
The run scored, so it's 22-18. You had two runners between first and second right there standing next to each other. Wow.
And here's Philby with the bases loaded and a chance to tie it.
Wow. Okay, that's right. That's over the dam. We got no outs, 22-18. Are chasing four, bases loaded. Kevin Philby at the plate, and he walks.
And Andy Purcell, not a happy camper.
Oh, no. He's going to
Can we take another look at that pitch?
He's going to come unglued. As Frank Webb goes up to talk to the umpire now. Uh-oh. Doc, you might want to put a helmet on. Got a vest, put that on too.
Here's the last look.
Ooh.
And the pitch called flat.
Wait, can you read?
Let's see it one more time.
Throw that one more time.
Can you cue it all the way back up to the very top?
He called that a flat pitch. I don't know, Bernie. I have no, what's the word? I have no gun in a gunfight here or whatever. That looked like a pretty good pitch, though. So, wow. So we got 22-19 bases loaded, still nobody out. And we have Scott Kirby at the plate. Okay, so the home plate umpire's tired of walking out to the mound. The first plate umpire walked over and said, hey, guys, come on.
And in some ways, you know, this is one of the things where you got to keep cooler heads because you don't want to get thrown out of the ball game, obviously, either.
No, especially Resmondo, they don't have anybody. They put Mack in, and Eisenhower's on the bench with Cornell and L.C. Watson. So this is getting really interesting here, folks, and that's the kind of softball games you want to watch. And Scott
Kirby trying to give Laservision the lead, and he does.
Loaded on that one there.
A huge inning.
I think he hit that one there, folks, for Softball Kingdom.
Clear them all.
Wow. So they were chasing 8. They've scored 9. That's it. Wait, let's see here now.
Travis Clark is hitting because he came in to pitch.
Right, and he's taking Brett Helmer's spot. So he's batting for Brett Helmer. And we have nobody out. Oh, I might not make my plane.
What time's your flight at, Big Cat?
5-something.
5-something.
I mean, hey, if I don't make it, I'll fly out tomorrow. Okay, here we are, folks, back live. Whoa. Clark hits one right back to Andy Purcell. Andy kind of like snaps it off.
Matt wants to see that guy again. Let's take another look.
Right in front of his face is right. I mean, he didn't snap it off. Wow. And he don't want a helmet, folks, okay? So who do we got batting here now? Is that Kevin Kennington? As he hits a line shot past a diving Rulli. Here comes the throw into second base. Well, this is the kind of ball game you want to see, folks. This is the kind of ball game that you thought you were going to see.
Yeah.
And it's happening. You know, and if you're not here, you're missing a good game. But if you're not here, I hope you're watching it on USSSA Live. Okay, folks, nobody out. And then here steps into the plate is Chad Durek. You know, Chad started this all off with the base hit up the middle. Yeah, he let off the inning. And he's back up here to the plate. Gino Buck. And behind him is Brian Rainwater. As I said before, folks, Laservision has an all-star team. Their team is made up of all-stars. You know, they have one player in the starting lineup here that's not an all-star, and that's Mike Umschild. All the other ones, you know, they've got 5 to 10 years of playing time, and Gino Buck launches it out to right field.
Beautiful grab on the run.
By Bubba Mack. As Kennington advances from second to third. So is that 2 outs?
Yep.
Okay, so we got 2 outs, folks. We got runners on the corners, and this is Brian Rainwater, and this is big. This is, you know, they come up and took the lead, but you know, I hate to say this, folks, but they haven't got enough runs. Rainwater hits a line shut up the middle. Kennington scores. Durek moves over to third base.
They had a 10-run second. They have a 10-run sixth.
So here's our bottom of the order, folks, with Mike Umshot. That brings us to the top of the order. We got Bryson Baker on deck. Andy is making some adjustments with his outfield out there. He's telling Bubba Mack to maybe come in just a little bit. Because this Humshell guy, like I said, I don't believe he has any power. I'm sure he's got power, but I don't think he's going to try to hit it out of here. I think he's going to try to fit it in one of the gaps. And they want to close the door right here. So I go ahead and open my mouth once more time. Whoa! Great running catch there by Jeremy Yates. I said the guy doesn't have power to hit it out of here. And he just hit it to the fence in the corner. And Jeremy Yates robbed him, I think, or he at least made a great play on that. Yeah, you see that? Wow. What a great play that was.
The 2014 DeMarini Stadium 2.1 NCL 22 are ready to strike fear of the competition. Loaded with a revolutionary design and unmatched durability and feel. The Stadium 2.1 features a balanced 13-inch S.1 composite barrel. The CL22 clears the wall with a 12-inch end-loaded option for heavyweights. Both bats feature a SC4 aluminum alloy handle for a one-piece feel with a two-piece design. Step up to the plate with Stadium Power Tour sluggers Larson, Pokraka, and Rockoff. DeMarini, insane dedication to performance.
If you play slow pitch, you already know the Z2000 is one of the most popular bats in the sport. We updated the Z2000's technology to put it ahead of the curve for 2014. The Z2000 is built with pure 360 composite barrel material. For you, that means a more forgiving barrel, a larger sweet spot, and a cleaner sounding pop with every hit. Exclusive technology, lighter swing weight, proven design. That's how the Z2000 will leave its mark on the game. How will you leave yours?
For in the game, he's driven in 4. He's got 2 home runs in this game. Greg Cannell.
Work hard, let's go. Come on, kid. Good eye, Connie. Work.
All right, we're back. Greg Cannell. We'll see if Resmondo can answer right now.
Yeah, they need to score some runs here to, go into the 7th inning here. This is the bottom of the 6th inning as Greg Cannell leads off with a single.
Yeah. Andy Purcell at the plate.
Yeah, Andy, you know that he's a little bit frustrated because he feels like there's been a couple of calls he should have got, he didn't get. But I don't think he lets it bother him too much when he comes to the plate. Right now he's thinking about hitting. And I got a funny feeling he's thinking about trying to yank one deep if he gets his pitch. You know, when you look at that flag, I would definitely be trying to yank it. I mean, when that flag blew out the right field, I mean, that was only a plus. You know, you're going to hit anyways, but when the wind's blowing like that to the right field for me, it's like, wow, I'm a kid in the candy store.
Walk, and here's B.J. Falk.
Yes, BJ's who's hammered 2 in a row out of here, folks. It's his, looks like he's going for the trifecta. You know, people say, like, when I hit a ball in Las Vegas one time, 508 feet. Well, I'm not going to lie to you. I'm going to tell you the truth. The wind was at my back. You know, I hit it up in the air, and I hit it good, but, you got to have a little wind to hit a ball 500 foot. As BJ hits it past the diving second baseman, Cannell's going to score. Purcell is down at third base. So one man at a time, one base at a time as they inch a little closer here with making that score 24-23. That brings up to the plate Jimmy Salas. Jimmy Salas is one of them young ball players that's gotten up here at this level of the ball and has rightly deserved to be here. I mean, he hits with power, hits in the clutch, plays a fantastic third base. Right there, he's got a great eye as he took 3 balls and walked down to first base now. Loads the bases for Don DeDonatis Jr. Don DeDonatis Jr., I guarantee you, he's looking to slap this ball probably through the infield somewhere to maybe get a double. If he gets it through this infield somewhere, look for 2 runs to score and him be on second base. And if they, you're playing them straight. Well, you're not playing them straight. You're playing them straight up because your middle infielder is on the right hand side of the bag, as you can see, and he's up way close in the grass. And I'm gonna tell you why he's there, folks. He gets the one hopper.
Well, he's going for it all there, trying to get the grand slam.
Well, you know you can go for it because if you hit a fly ball, the run's going to score.
24 apiece.
But I think that second baseman, that middle infielder, was playing that close up there, and that's a good way. Is if he gets a one hopper, he can tag that runner and throw to first and get that deuce. Yeah, Bubba Mack, I mean, what he did before was very impressive. He hasn't played at all, I don't think, this weekend. Very, very little. And a pinch hit in a spot like that, come in and hit a 3-run homer.
Yeah, huge.
That was very, very huge. So we got a tie ball game, 24-24.
He's got a chance to give Resmondo the lead.
And
this one is going to give him the lead no matter what happens here at this point because it was hit deep enough to score the run. But that is out number 2.
Ooh. Oh, Salas, I think. I think he wanted the green light there at third base. I think he was ready.
Him made a long turn.
He was ready to come home.
So that puts Laservision down to their final 3 outs. And just like last night, we're going to go down to the wire here.
Yeah, that gives them the lead. They got 2 outs now, 25-24. It's Billy Messina. Walks out to Travis Clark. He's coming out to ask him the helmet that he's wearing. Is it hot inside there?
Oh, I'm sure.
Would you like a cold drink right about now? Oh, I'm sure.
So it's a nice cold Coca-Cola. You want to bring one out to him? You brought me one.
Yeah, I'll give him one. So we got, let's see here. Jeremy Yates is at the plate. He's down by first base, talking to Mike Cornell there, player, coach, representative from Worth. He's in charge of the Worth softball program now. Good guy. I'm not sure. I believe he lives in Florida now, Mike Cornell. They call him Corny. He writes a little article in the softball magazine, monthly when Stafford Conard has it out. He does a little article in there, which is pretty interesting, pretty good. As we're getting right back here ready to play, we got a runner on third. We got 2 outs. And we got Jeremy Yates to plate. Jeremy tries to launch one here, and he does, but it's foul. So this has got to be fair, guys. And they got a big, big hole here down the left field line, but as he took that pitch. And there he goes for that gap.
Dirk on the run, tracks it down. It's a 1-run ball game as we head to the final inning. Laservision needs 1 to tie. They'll try to take the lead when we come back on USSSALive.com.
USSSA is the largest multi-sport athletic association in the world. Headquartered in beautiful Osceola County, Florida, USSSA has now grown to 3.7 million members, competing in 14 sanctioned sports. From fast-pitch softball, basketball, taekwondo, and golf to being one of the largest youth baseball programs in the country, USSSA has a sport for you. Log on to USSSA.com to find out how you can take part.
Play the best and play USSSA.
In the nation, we can't make every annoying thing disappear, but we can eliminate deductibles. Nationwide insurance members who add vanishing deductible get $100 off for every year of safe driving. Join the nation where deductibles go.
Nationwide is on your side.
You USSSA members, you could save money on your auto insurance. Call a local Nationwide agent or 1-866-556-SAVE.
We back on? We are back on live here, folks. Let's give it a rundown one more time. We're at Champion Stadium, East ESPN Wide World of Sports. We're at Disney for the World Tournament here. We got a leadoff batter for Laservision at the top of the 7th inning with Bryson Baker. You got Bryson Baker, Brian Wegman, and then Kevin Philby. You got Andy Purcell on the mound, B.J. Falk behind the plate. And they're looking
top
for
of the lineup, though. This is where you want to be if you're Laservision.
wow.
This one powered over the glove of Santana. And look at Baker on his way to third. And the tying run is at third.
Wow, that ball was tagged. I mean, he hit that all the way to center field and then one-hopped that wall. And for him, he's lucky that it didn't bounce over for a ground rule double. It actually hit it and ricocheted back.
You take another look at that? This ball tagged.
Ooh. Yes. What a way to start that last inning. I'll tell you that Bryson Baker's been doing it for years, and he just does it again. I mean, this kid's a natural-born hitter. You know, like that movie Natural-Born Killers, he's a natural-born hitter. And it brings to the plate Brian Wegman. I guarantee you he's trying to hit it over top of them signs out there in left field. As he hits a hard ground ball at Jimmy Salas at third.
They throw home. Krause bobbled it. He's safe at first, and the tying run scores.
Wow. Jimmy Salas did a real nice job of keeping that ball in front of him. It was hit that hard. He threw it over to first, and I mean, that was a tough play on both ends. And Howie dug it out, but when he dug it out and brought it up, folks, the ball come right out of his glove. So if he holds on to it, he's out. But he couldn't hold on to it, so. We got a runner on first, and guess who's up? It's Kevin Philby. Kevin, who hit a couple of balls yesterday that still might be going. I mean, he whistled them out of this ballpark. I guarantee he's looking to do that right now. He's not looking for no base hit. As he hits it down the line. Fair ball, folks. We can't see up here in the corner, but it's a fair ball from the sign of the umpire. A piece of hitting there by Kevin Philby. Scott Kirby last time, folks, he hit one all the way back to Kingdom Come. Way up on that hill. So look at what we got here as Andy takes his time back up to the mound now. He's in no hurry. He's going to try and slow things down a little bit. We got him on second and third with nobody out. As Andy is picking up some dirt here to see which way that wind's blowing, and it's stiff, blowing to left field. Kirby hits a
base hit
pass.
Laservision's on top.
Dennis Ruley.
I mean, is there any number that you're comfortable with if you're Laservision? Because here you are. Resmondo's going to get one more crack. You do have a one-run lead.
Right.
So Resmondo's down to their final 3 outs. But what type of number are you thinking about?
I'm thinking
realistically. I mean, obviously you want it to be as much as big a number as you possibly can. But do you feel if you're up 4 or 5? I mean,
5. I say 5 runs. You got to be up at least 5 runs in this situation with Resmondo.
2 of the innings in the game, Resmondo scored 8 in the 4th and 9 in the 5th, and every other inning is below that number because it was 2, 1, 2, 3.
I think 5 is a good number because it's late in the game. You know, I don't care who you are, you got to be tired a little bit. But I think 5 is a good number. But now, you know, that's being realistic about it all. When it really comes down to it, you know, you never know. That's why it's a great game. As Travis Clark pops it up and ain't nobody getting to it. Ooh, what a tremendous play.
That's out number 1 as Santana makes a long run.
Wow. See, I would have liked to play with a kid like this kid Santana. Let's just let him roam around out there in the outfield. He's really a good kid, a team ball player. So we got Kevin Kennington up. We got a runner on third. We got a 1-run lead. We got Kirby at first. We got Chad Dirk in the hole. Or do we have Gino Buck? Oh, we got Dirk.
Dirk, yep. Kennington. This one's going to carry.
Out of here.
And they're up now.
3, 4.
By 4, yeah.
That's a big hit there by Kevin Kennington. I mean, the kid's got he's got ice water in his veins. That was what you call a pressure hit.
Yes, sir.
He got the job done. He got the job done. You know, you said pick a number. I said 5. Well, they scored 5 this inning to make it 29-25.
Yep.
So we're back to empty bases with 1 out.
They need 1 more to be up by 5, though, and that's where you'd start to say you're probably never feeling comfortable when the opposition is hitting in the bottom of the inning, but
no, you can't. I mean,
you'd rather be up by 4 going into the bottom of the 7th than the ball game being over. Obviously,
exactly.
Should be the second out, and it is.
Gino here, I know he's looking to help his cause right here. We got 2 down, folks. We got a 29-25 ball game. We got the bases are empty. We got Andy Purcell on the mound. And Gino Buck at the plate.
Laservision trying to make it back-to-back Men's Major World Series.
As Andy throws that first pitch about a foot off the plate, Gino just looked at it. Now Rulli is pulled over onto the left-hand side of the field here. Now he's been playing him on the other side all day. Now he's on the left-hand side here.
Strike called.
Yep. And that was kind of on the outside corner of the plate also. So Andy's trying to keep him out there. And I don't think he's going to keep him out there good enough.
Yes, sir.
Gino Buck has just launched it to left field. And that's another big pressure hit there. You know, Gino's been struggling a little bit today. But look when it comes down to that money time, when it comes down to that pressure situation, he delivers. And you got to like that in the ball player. You know, you don't give up. You can make 7 outs in a row, but you know, you're still up there trying to get the job done. And he did just that. Now, did you think they feel comfortable at 30-25? No. You got Brian Rainwater up here. And who do we got leading off? Hold on, let's take a look at this here now. As he hits a high fly ball to left field.
Santana on the run, and that one is off the scoreboard for a home run.
What a massive blast there by Brian Rainwater.
31-25.
Wow, that ball was hit. Whew. So let's see here. Here we are, folks, at the bottom of the order. We got the top of the order up next. I'm trying to think who's going to lead off for Resmondo in the bottom of the 7th. But it really doesn't matter right at this point. They're trying to get that last out now at a 31-25 ball game. We got Mike Gumschild up here. Last time I said I didn't think he had the power to hit it out of here, and he hit it all the way to the fence. And actually, Jeremy Yates might have robbed him of a home run.
That's what they do to you, right?
Every time I say it. So I know he's just going to try to get on base and give Bryson Baker a chance. And Bryson Baker, folks, he started off this inning with a 1-hopper off the 400-foot sign in center field for a triple.
Well, this one hanging up still carries, but the ballpark holds it. But a 7-run, 7-inning has Laservision on top by 6. Resmondo's down to their final 3 outs, trying to avoid the if game here at the USSSA Men's Major World Series.
All right, we'll be back in a moment.
Ready for championship play? The World Series Edition Duo 3 is here to help you win the ring. The bat features patented 454 technology. It comes ready to play right out of the wrapper. And with Resmondo Max Load, you'll get crushing power while finishing your swing. New for 2014 is the thinner HD handle to give you maximum torque, which brings you unsurpassed performance. Swing the same bat as the 7-time men's major champions. Get your limited edition World Series Duo 3 only from a Resmondo representative or at ResmondoSports.com.
Are you ready? I'm ready. Bring it. Are you ready? It's on. It's on.
Live.
Yeah, this is what it's all about. The bottom of the 7th, 31-25.
It sure is. This could be our last inning of the year.
Well, we could get ourselves an extra 7 innings.
And
it's looking that way.
Wow. What a great play there by Kevin Kennington over there between short and second base. Makes the play on Santana as he dives into first base and they nab him.
Howie Cross at the bottom of the lineup.
Howie, who has a pulled groin prior to the tournament that he's been tinkering with and giving him problems, and then he gets whacked in the side of the head. So, but I'll tell you what, he's one determined ball player. He's here ready to play, and he's going to give it his all, folks. He's going to give it his all. His father was a great ball player in the city of Cleveland. He played for years with the Pyramid Cafe and teams, and you know, it's just a tradition. Their whole family is ball players. Whether it's his brother or somebody, they're all ball players. One down. We got Travis Clark on the mound. As Howie hits a high fly ball to left center field.
Has a little carry to it and gets out.
And it's out of here as he hits it off the Champion Stadium sign, the very bottom of it. So Howie, he's got no quit in him as he just blew that ball right out of here. And folks, guess where we're at? Once again, at the top of the order. We got a 31-26 ball game here. They're chasing 5. We got Dennis Rulli at the plate. It hasn't made it out since June. He's swinging that orange legit bat, folks. And when the ball comes off of it, it flies off of it. Dennis Rulli with a couple of balls there to him. Taking his time, told the umpire, give me a little time here, ump. Okay, back to play ball. Okay, so he calls it a strike. Now we got a full count on him, so something's got to happen on this pitch.
And what happened is a ground ball.
A ground ball that Kennington dove for, and I think Bryson Baker, it messed his vision up, and it went over top of his glove, so it actually went over both players' glove. For a stand-up, or not a stand-up, he stood at second base for a 2-base hit. So here we are. They got their heart of their order, folks. If they're going to do it, they're going to do it now. That brings to the plate #1 home run hitter in the country, Greg Cannell. I told Greg the other day, if I was you, I'd pull every time. I wouldn't monkey with the rest of the field. Let's see what he does. You know, if they throw him outside, folks, there's nobody over there, I expect him to hit a base hit over there.
Right.
But he has that overwhelming power that, you know, when he hits home runs, there's certain guys that hit home runs, and there's certain guys that just, I mean, they blow it right out of the park. I mean, they're massive home runs, and he's one of the guys. You know, Philby, he's one of the guys. When they hit them balls, I mean, they go out of here like they're shot out of a gun. And guess what brings to the plate? And I'm sure he couldn't ask for anything better to play on Sunday and come up to bat with 2 guys on in the bottom of the 7th, trying to win his own ball game. That's Andy Purcell, folks. Andy Purcell is at the plate. We got Travis Clark on the mound pitching to him. And Andy hits the first pitch deep down the line for a home run.
Fair.
For a home run. As I said, folks, nobody likes pressure more than Andy Purcell. I think I might, but right now, Andy's the man, and that was a big hit by Andy. That was a good piece of teammanship by Greg Cannell by taking the walk. You know, they don't want to pitch to him. He took his walk, set the table up for Andy, and now we're to a 2-run ball game. We got 1 out. That brings us to Jimmy Salas and Don DiDonatis Jr. No, I'm sorry, my bad. Let me back up one.
B.J. Falk.
B.J. Falk. The ever dangerous B.J. Falk. So we got Coriel over there with his hat off, talking, listening to what the boys from Laservision are talking about. They've actually took out Travis Clark, and I believe, who is this coming in here to pitch? That's not...
Mike Umshed's out there right now, but I think they're going back to the dugout is my guess, and maybe changing helmets. So let's check it out.
Yeah, well, what's his name? Billy Messina. He's their other pitcher, but he's not out there.
Yeah.
Let me see something here. Where's another lineup? Okay, here. So the guys we have on the bench for Laservision is Moyer, Jason Kendrick, Messina, Lopez, and Thede. Billy Messina. So to bring in Hall of Famer this year, Billy Messina. He got inducted last year, folks. They're going to bring him to try to shut this game down so they can force it to 1 more. He's going to take a couple of warm-ups here. And he only got a couple of warm-ups here, so we're down to the nitty-gritty, folks. You know, and I'm sure Billy, he doesn't really need all that many warm-ups. He knows how to pitch. He's been doing it for so long. He worked with these guys on a home run long-haul bomber tour pitching to him, so he knows how to pitch, and he knows where he wants to put it to. You got B.J. Falk here. Bases are empty. Seems like everybody's talking to an umpire somewhere, but they're getting back in their positions. And I hear a lot of screaming out of Resmondo dugout, and I think that's L.C. Watson, as B.J. Falk hits the first pitch right past Gino Buck at first, and he turns around and goes back to first base. So now that's going to bring in L.C. Watson to run for B.J. That's going to bring Jimmy Salas up to the plate, and he's the tie-in run.
He is.
So we're actually to that part of the game here, folks. We got a tie-in run at the plate. They come in, they were down how many? 5, 6? Down 6. We got the tie-in run at the plate. We have Don DiDonatis in the hole. And this kid Salas, he has the power to hit it out of here. And that flag is still blowing in the left field.
Messina thought he got a called strike there, but it was called a ball.
Yeah. Well, it wouldn't have been strike 3. I think it would have been strike 2, but. So, see, he doesn't do too much juking. He's trying to put it in a certain location. Looks like he's trying to throw him on the inside. Wow.
And a walk. And so the men's major winning run is at the plate in DiDonatis.
Don DiDonatis Jr. He's at the plate, yep. And we got, let's see. See, now watch how they play him here. The middle infielder, Kennington, he stands right there by second base on the grass. Now that's for a double play, folks. You guys are out there, the younger ball players. He's standing there for a double play ball in case there's a ground ball hit here to someone. He's also standing there close to, and I think if it's a one-hopper hit to him, he could tag the runner coming to second base and whip it to one. Baker's back where he's supposed to be, and the third baseman, Umschild, is right there, and Don DiDonatis Jr. hits it right where they're not. Here comes one run. Donnie goes into second base standing up, and they're just going haywire over there in the Resmondo dugout. As Jimmy Salas scores, and Jimmy Salas scores, and that's L.C. Watson. L.C. Watson scored for B.J. Falk, and we got Jimmy Salas at third and Don DiDonatis at second base. And who does it bring up to the plate?
Bubba Mack with a chance
to win the ball game.
To win the men's major.
To win the men's major. At least tie it. Let's not lose the game here. He has to do something to tie it. If it's a base hit, get the base hit. Got to get that run in third. Because I've seen this position before. Exactly.
Only one out.
And he's
Bubba
hit
Mack.
a deep fly ball to left field.
Back into the corner. And the play made. This will tie the ball game, so we'll at least play the 8th inning. That's what we know at this point.
Wow. Yep, a tie ball game. Wow, what an exciting ball game here, folks. You guys that are at home watching this, I hope you've enjoyed it because it's been the softball at its best. You know, you've seen some great defensive plays this whole weekend, guys. You've seen some long home runs. You've seen some place hitting. You see some guys just running with speed. And you've even seen some managerial moves that have paid off. And so we're down to possibly one last batter here. If not, we at least are going to go to the 8th inning.
2-0.
I'm thinking to myself, he doesn't want to pitch to this guy, and that reason being is it's going to set up a force.
Yep.
Okay, with Santana here.
It's a force at every bag.
Right.
And Santana's at the plate.
That's it. Nick Santana, in his first year playing was with Resmondo, him and Jeremy Yates both. They're the last two batters. They fit right in with this team just like a glove. And right now, Santana has a chance to turn that glove into gold. First pitch of the ball.
Howie Cross, the Hall of Famer in the on-deck circle. Strike called.
Second pitch is a strike. This is what it's all about, these games like this. Whoa.
Full count.
If I could have took that myself.
Ground ball that should bring us to the 8th. They hold it, they throw it, and 7 innings is not enough for the USSSA Men's Major World Series. It's 31-31 as we head to the 8th.
Unbelievable, folks. That's all I can say. It's softball at its finest.
The 2014 Marini Stadium 2.1 NCL 22 are ready to strike fear in the competition. Loaded with a revolutionary design and unmatched durability and feel. The Stadium 2.1 features a balanced 13-inch S.1 composite barrel. The CL22 clears the wall with a 12-inch end-loaded option for heavyweights. Both bats feature an SC4 aluminum alloy handle for a one-piece feel with a two-piece design. Step up to the plate with Stadium Power Tour sluggers Larson, Pokraka, and Rockoff. Marini, insane dedication to performance.
If you play slow pitch, you already know the Z2000 is one of the most popular bats in the sport. We updated the Z2000's technology to put it ahead of the curve for 2014. The Z2000 is built with pure 360 composite barrel material. For you, that means a more forgiving barrel, a larger sweet spot, and a cleaner sounding pop with every hit. Exclusive technology, lighter swing weight, proven design. That's how the Z2000 will leave its mark on the game. How will you leave yours?
shortstop, number 4, Bryson Baker.
Okay, folks, we're back on here. Bryson Baker hits a high fly ball, a short left field. For the first out.
Yeah, that's the most important thing.
Brian's trying to add to it right now. So we got one down. Brian steps out of the box. Ooh, nice pitch. I was just going to say that looked good, Brian. There's Andy's looking at center field turnaround pitch. So we got a full count here on Brian, and Brian just hits a deep fly ball to left center field.
There's enough room in the ballpark.
Wow.
2 away, and now they're going to need a big 2-out rally.
Wow.
And it looks like we have a re-entry. Philby is going to re-enter. Philby is going to bat in place of Messina.
Philby's going to re-enter the ball game and bat on the place of Messina. We all know what Philby does. He just hits home runs.
Yes, he does. I don't know how many he has this weekend, but he has a bunch.
We entered today as the leader in home runs in the tournament.
And that's not going to.
But he's going to come up short there, 12 in the tournament, but it's a 1-2-3 inning. Resmondo needs just a run to win the men's major.
Wow.
When this game ends,
it's always a turn of events, the up and downs, and quite frankly, pretty amazing to see Laservision after that huge inning that they had on the top of the 7th.
Oh,
get
yeah.
blanked.
There's no two ways about it. I thought they were going to come in and definitely, what's your top of your order?
Yeah.
Baker, Wegman, Philby, 3 of the best. You know, and they're human.
Do you want to test your mic to make sure?
So now I guarantee you that the Resmondo dugout over there, they should be, if you're not excited at this point in your life in that game, if someone's sitting in the corner over there reading the magazine.
Test 1, 2,
He's in the
test
wrong
1,
dugout.
2. Hi. I hope I'm not interrupting your commercial or your game.
Well, folks, we're going to try and wrap. Well, they're going to try and wrap it up here one more time. As we have, let's see who's leading off here. It's Howie Krause? Yes, it is. We got Howie Cross leading it off. With one swing in the bat, we can end this tournament. We can end the 2013 season. We could possibly also earn somebody an MVP award.
Yeah.
With one swing in the bat.
Okay, you're getting my P2.
Howie Krause.
Getting ready to step into the box.
Wait.
USSSA heads of command are outside of their
Their luxury suite.
Their luxury suite that they have over here. So I see
The red button.
Michigan USSSA director. I see Bob Holland from
So I'm gonna get
Maryland.
the final out.
I see Danny Brown, the executive director, who used to be in California. I see Jerry Turnberg from Minnesota.
Yeah.
I see Mrs. DiDonatis. I see Lori Timmons, who does a tremendous job.
She got your travel all squared away, didn't she?
Oh, yeah. She does a tremendous job of a number of things, folks, and that is people's arrangements for flights. She handles the meals and stuff like that. She's very, very talented, and I'll tell you, she does a lot for the USSSA. And I appreciate everything she's ever done for me. So
She got you a ring?
Yes, she got me another ring here. So Howie Krause, folks, had a chance there, and I mean, he gave it a shot. And And that was just a little bit short. Nothing wrong with that. Game's not over with. And that brings us to the top of the order, folks, with Mr. Automatic.
Yeah, Ruley, who has scored 4 runs in this ball game. That gives him a total of 20 runs scored in this men's major. And he very well, you may be looking at
good, bad, and different.
the MVP
yes.
on the men's major right here. That would be my pick just based on how good he's been, the hitting, the runs, the production.
Oh, yeah, no, he's like money in the bank.
I'm just going to roll on mine. We won't
He's
get my
like
interview.
money in the bank, that kid. He's very patient. He's very, very good at the bat up there. I mean,
Great grab at the corner. And Ruley fell in the batter's box. And look at this. Are both teams going to play the 8th and neither team score a run? Is that even possible?
I don't think so. I don't think so with Greg Cannell. Oh, they're going to walk Greg Cannell. The pitch to Andy Purcell. So
I might even walk Purcell and Falk here.
Right.
And go to Salas.
Exactly. And that way you got a force. I mean, there's no force here.
Well, you just have to take a look at the stats of home runs in this tournament. Cannell, Purcell, Yates, Krause. I guess Salas has 5.
Yeah, he hit one over the top of the champion sign the other day, so don't tell me he can't hit it out of there. Well, all I know is it brings out...
because you have all the options. It's just a matter of who would you prefer to pitch to. Would you prefer to pitch to Purcell? Would you prefer to pitch to Falk? Or would you prefer to pitch to Salas? Because no matter how many people are aboard, it doesn't matter.
Right.
Just going to adjust at the end of the day the final score, but only 1 run matters at this point, and you could load them all if you felt like the opportunity was better to get an out with one of these players.
Right. Well, right now with the flag and it's kind of dead and it's not moving, I'll tell you what, you can take your pick. I don't know who I would want to pitch to.
BJ Falk, I guess, out of these guys on base percentages had, relatively speaking, the worst hitting at .619.
And plus he's hitting into the wind. So I don't know.
He has 4 home runs. It looks like they've chosen Purcell.
Yep, they're going to pitch to Andy. I guess he needs another MVP award. So here we go, folks.
Not giving him anything to hit.
No. And there it goes.
Back.
There it goes.
Deep. Does it have enough for the men's major? It doesn't. Purcell comes up short.
Oh, boy. So we might just go 7 innings here, folks, anyways, trying to get a run.
Here's another look. Andy Purcell and the dugout getting cleared, ready to celebrate. Not at least until the 9th.
Oh, Lord, Lord, Lord. Softball at its finest, folks. I hope you guys are at home or enjoying this, because I'm enjoying it right here, live at ESPN, Wide World of Sports at Champion Stadium. I don't know whose music that is.
You like it, though?
Yeah.
Because he heard me when we did the mic check. Maybe we should stop.
Yeah, if I had my son here, we'd let him throw a couple of songs of his that he's put together. My son is quite the guitarist. He can rap.
Yeah? Oh, I was just pointing out to Paul that they talked. We were talking about the sweepstakes earlier that we could run to get people to run cameras. You can't write on that. This is Paul O'Leary writing. Paul says. Paul says he's been here 18 hours for the last 55 days. His life is struggling. His outside of work life is struggling. He's been working on his His tanning.
Well, folks, put your seatbelts on yet. I mean, if you're on a plane, don't unbuckle them. We're not by the gate yet. We're still in the middle of the flight. And we got Scott Kirby who's going to lead things off here for Laservision in the top of the ninth.
Kirby at the plate.
And I can't remember. I think the game went 8 innings to 1 year.
Yeah.
I can't remember a game going this long.
Well, nobody wants to get aboard, apparently.
Right.
1 away.
As Don Dinas fires that ball over the one like that, and Howie Cross makes the play.
Here's Clark. He's 0 for 2 in the ball game.
Yeah, we found out where he's from. He's from Wisconsin.
It's a cheesehead.
Must like the Packers if he's from up there, right?
Yeah. The only show in town, right?
That's it. You know, I had to go up there with my daughter. She played against Green Bay, Wisconsin in the game, and we had to go up there for the weekend, me and the wife, and we got off at Lombardi Avenue, and right there was Lambeau Field.
It's beautiful, isn't it, up there?
It's unbelievable. The Lambeau Field is like on your everyday street. Across the street from the field are people's houses. And they got them painted green and yellow, big brown 10-foot footballs in their front yards. Oh, yeah, it's pretty unique. Okay, here we go. We got a Travis Clark up here at the plate.
Looking for his first hit of the ball game. Oh,
Whoa,
wow. Snap it
whoa,
off,
whoa,
Andy.
Whoa. Tremendous play by Andy Purcell up the middle there. Here we go. Watch this, folks.
Beautiful.
Man, oh, man, that was a nice shot.
And in a tie ball game, is it possible for Laservision to have 6 consecutive retired?
I don't know, man. We got Kevin Kennington here. I trust me, he's trying to hit this thing out of here.
Right.
And we'll see what happens here. I mean, Andy's been pitching the whole game. So Andy Purcell on the mound, B.J. Falk behind home plate. Got Kevin Kennington at the plate. We got a 31-31 ball game as he hits a nice line shot out to left field. Whew.
Wow. Well, Laservision has decided that they don't want to score in extra innings, so now it's going to be Resmondo's turn to try to score and once again win the Men's Major World Series.
Yes, it is. Wow.
So what do you think?
I think it's a great ball game. Do I think Resmondo could score a run this inning? Got to be honest with you, I don't know.
Yeah.
We're starting off with B.J. Falk. We got Jimmy Salas, and then we got Don DiDonatis, right? We got B.J., Salas, Don DiDonatis. Those three guys. B.J. can hit it out of here. Salas can hit it out of here. Donnie, I wouldn't want him trying to hit it out of here.
I'd like to say aloha to Kiana, watching the game from Hawaii.
There you go.
Beautiful place to watch the game.
Oh, yeah. I'll tell you what, I'm going to do a shout-out for the boys from Cleveland, Ohio this year. We had a couple of teams that won some championships this year. 3AC, I think, won the Class C Worlds down in Florida this year at another association. So that's a first world championship for them, and I'm happy for them. And another team, let's see, Lariat Brothers, they come in second place. So there's some teams in Cleveland that, that I'm proud of because they're out there trying to win some championships, and they've accomplished some of those things. And I want to give them a shout-out to the city of Cleveland. So the guys are very well deserving of it.
Falk gets a leadoff walk.
Yeah, he didn't throw him nothing to hit there. He didn't want to take a chance with him, and you're taking a chance with everybody, really, with one swing in the bat. That's all it takes.
Salas
there's a shot.
into center,
I'm thinking to
and
myself,
Falk was
where's
going the wrong
BJ?
way, yeah.
Where you going, BJ?
He's trying to score the men's major
That's
championship winning run.
I got to give another shout out to a good friend of mine, Tom Coyne, who's running for the mayor of Brook Park, who was mayor for 25 years. And he used to be the mayor there, and we hosted some USSSA NITs for a number of years in Brook Park. Oh, yeah, we used to have some great tournaments there. We'd like to get them back there again. We've just got to make sure that we have enough fields. And I've talked to Donnie about it, and there's a possibility that maybe we might take it to Victory Park. There's a new 8-diamond complex out in North Ridgeville. So there's a shot there, guys. We're going to try. I'm going to try at the convention to bring Cleveland back on the map with the USSSA.
That'd be awesome.
Oh, yes. I mean, like I said, we used to have big crowds at Softball World, and, we used to have some really, really good tournaments there.
Here is DiDonatis. 2-0.
See, now there's nobody on base, and the guy is playing right on top of second base. It's not like he's on one side or the other. But meanwhile, he's dancing back and forth, and Donnie's trying to hit this ball in the gap.
2 outs.
And it's caught, and that's Jason Kendrick out there. I'm gonna tell you. No, that's Brian Rainwater. I'm sorry.
And now Messina wants to talk about what they want to do with Mac.
So we got 2 outs, folks. Bubba Mac's up. We got a runner on first.
Well, we haven't scored since the 7th, Big Cat.
It's a pitcher's duel right now.
We went to a slow pitch game and a baseball game turned out in here in the bottom of the 9th, and we're trying to relive the Rays-Orioles game and maybe play a full game and the F game just in this one.
Yeah. It's turned into a pitcher's duel here. Well, let's see what Bubba Mack can do. Here's a guy, like I said, he's been struggling a little bit. He chipped in when he got pinched hit. He pitched it for somebody during the middle of the game. I think it was a 3-run homer or a grand slam to get things going for him. I think he's got another hit since then. I can't remember what he did last time, but this would be a big spot for him. As Rick Roberson, the umpire-in-chief. What's going on? What's wrong with the other umpire?
I want to make sure everybody's okay out there.
I think he is too hot. I think that they're actually getting him water. And if that is the case, they should have another umpire on hand just in case he gets dehydrated or something. I mean, let's get him out there and put somebody in there that we don't want to get sick. We don't want anybody to get hurt here. That's what it was. They brought him out some water, folks, so it's hot down on that field. I'm up in the press box here, and we have a little bit of air conditioning blowing on top of us. And it would even be cooler in here, but we have a couple of windows open so we can put the cameras up here to see the ball field, to get those instant replays.
Here's Bubba Mack. Resmondo needs just a run to win the men's major.
See, and they don't have a pinch runner in there for BJ. He's got to do it himself.
Mack.
He's got it in
this
the
one
gap.
back, this one up, this one gone, and Resmondo is the champions in 2013.
And Bubba Mack, the kid who was struggling a little bit and wasn't playing that much, has come through with 2 tremendous home runs in this game to win the 2013 USSSA Men's Major World Series. Wow. Well, he must have heard us up here talking about him, Bernie, because he hit that next pitch way out of here.
We're going to go stand over here. Yep, I'll follow you.
Congratulations to Team Resmondo. Ladies and gentlemen, this is one of the epic kind of World Series championship games. We go into the bottom of the 9th.
Yeah, let's take another look at the championship winning home run. Nope, took an inning and a half to score a run, but that one was the one.
Right over the 385 side.
Title number 8 for Travis Resmondo.
Yep.
performer as well. Anyway, let's go.
A beautiful ball game, a fantastic ball game. And there's Kristen Bedard down on the field. Got a mic going, and we'll bring her in. Go ahead, KB.
Well, Bubba, what was going through your mind when you made contact?
Just swing hard and hope for the best.
So what does it mean for your team to come through and win this one when it was so close in extra innings?
It's a lot of fun. It was a good game. It's the best game I ever played in. Just happy to come out on top.
Talk about your teammates and their ability to battle and hold Laservision to 2 3-up, 3-down innings.
It's a great group of guys. I mean, best defense in the nation, the best team in the nation. I mean, you can't beat them.
All right, well, go enjoy that one, and congratulations.
Thank you.
Baron, back to you guys.
Thank you, KB. We appreciate it. I know she's going to grab a couple more interviews you'll be able to see on USSSA.com tonight. We'll have the trophy ceremony coming your way momentarily, and we'll find out who is the MVP of the Men's Major World Series. Who's going to be Big Cat?
Now I need to go take this.
Well, I think your MVP has got to probably be Dennis Rulli. I mean, he's kept the team going all weekend long. You know, he's a leader. You know, he's done a real nice job here. You know, if you Dennis Rulli. I mean, you got other guys. You got Howie Krause. You got Greg Cannell. You got Andy Purcell. But the one guy that stood out that they couldn't get out every time, and that was Dennis Rulli. You know, if they want to throw Bubba Mack in there somewhere, I'd let him throw him in there because he had 2 tremendous hits this game that made up for anything else that's happened in the past.
Well, we're going to turn things over to the PA announcer and get to listen in here to the awards ceremony. Big Cat, thanks for joining us.
Thank you, folks.
You travel safe back. We'll see
and I'm
when it all
looking
kicks off again in April.
I'm looking forward to do more games next year. So we'll talk to you folks later. Goodbye.